Using the Hawkmoon right now is a lot like trying to get back together with an ex. It's just different. Time changes people. No, look, Hawkmoon, it isn't you. It's me. It's just... No, it's you. Your range stat is pretty terrible right now. It's pretty bad. Hawkmoon in year 3. I'm conflicted about this one because I have great memories of this weapon. Let me know in the comments where and when you actually got your Hawkmoon, because if you experienced year 1, I am super jealous, because year 1 PlayStation exclusive Hawkmoon was incredible. And it could one-shot people. That's right, if the Ultra Proc landed and you got a precision headshot, didn't happen often, but you could one-shot people, dude. That is insane. And when it came to the Xbox side of things, it was no longer the same. They really pushed this weapon a lot further down in the meta. They're like, yeah, we saw enough people using it in year 1. Let's not have that happen again. However, Hawkmoon can still be used and you can still have fun with it as long as you're up close and personal. The deal is the range stat of 26 is pretty terrible on this gun. And I would use a range perk, Ias Luna, Finalas, the Palindrome, over this weapon any day of the week, because seriously, the damage fall off starts way too soon and it just doesn't feel like the consistent killer that it used to. So then if you're going to use this thing, you have to force close quarters engagements, and you also need to be timing your shots. I suggest using a Striker Titan with Twilight Garrison to close the gaps, or those delicious Dune Marchers, which Xur is selling right now, and if you don't have them, pick them up. That is the build that I've been using with the weapon so that I can close gaps quickly. I'm not the best of skaters, however, it has been useful. I'm not saying that you can't, use it and have fun. You certainly can. However, there is zero chance of competing with a pulse rifle at a distance. Clever Dragon! Now, there is one thing going for the Hawkmoon on this balance pass that works in its favor, and that is the aggressive shotgun heavy play. I'm sure you recognize the opponent who runs at you in a straight line, doesn't know what a primary is, and only uses the Matador 64. Well, those kind of players get eaten up by the Hawkmoon. You generally have more than enough time to take them out before they get into the ridiculous Matador sniping range to kill you. And a lot of the maps outside of Floating Garden, Pantheon, and maybe Cathedral of Dusk work pretty well for this gun because you can set up close range sight lines to work in your favor. However, high caliber rounds. If you're getting bursted down with, a Clever Dragon with HCR, it's over. It is just impossible to shoot through that stuff. And I really do say, I'm confused. I thought we were going to get a balance pass with the dawning update, seeing some sort of nerf towards Clever Dragon. I really think that pulse rifle in general just kills it way too far range, too easily and too quickly. I think if it received a nerf to HCR and maybe a little bit more damage fall off at long ranges, you would see a lot more weapon diversity, but as it stands, we're kind of back in a situation where everybody, or for the most part, is using a pretty similar setup, and there's not a ton of weapon diversity, at least in 6s. I think in 3v3, I would still use Hawkmoon, as it depends on the map. But which hand cannon would I use if I had to pick between this, the Vendor Palindrome, a rangefinder Ias Luna, or a Finalas? I would go with the rangefinder Ias Luna and the Vendor Palindrome over this any day of the week, right? If you had to use a single hand cannon for the next 2 months, which would it be? It's not this, dude. The range stat of 26 is the lowest out of the group. And if you can get rangefinder on almost any impact, oh my gosh, that's so sad that I missed that. I was so frustrated in the match when that happened. But if you can get a rangefinder hand cannon that's like an Ias Palindrome or Finalas, I would use it over this in a heartbeat. It just lacks that little bit added back to it, right, for the range stat, for it to feel like a consistent, reliable killer. And it's frustrating if you ever got to use this thing on previous balance passes back in the day. It was such a monster, and to use it now is just sort of like a shade of its past. But let me know what you guys think. Are you using Hawkmoon? And let me know too where and when you got it. Thanks for watching, guys. Like the video if you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.